Of New Zealand, I'm going to show y'all something which kind of puts in the perspective that institution. Now, this is going to happen in America. We'll discuss that in a minute. But that institution known as law enforcement, and this is what they're doing out there in New Zealand. So there's a bunch of angles that I want to take on this. More specifically, that New Zealand is what a lot of leftists, authoritarian leftists, fraud humanitarians in this country are trying to push for, and they're trying to push for this, right? New Zealand's already the experiment. They've already done and basically oppressed it's a police state over there, right? What you're looking at right now, if you're watching this live, we're looking at this on video. New Zealand police, blue check mark, so they're official. This is what they said, and this was yesterday. Who wants to play a game? Go home, stay home. You're it. Okay. We're y'all do understand, like, we're beyond, like, I know Gina Carano, y'all got mad at her. I've said this before in previous segments. But y'all understand we're here. Okay? We're at the place where she suggested, like, hey, you want to know why there's been pockets throughout history. All she did was repost a meme. Pockets throughout history where people turned on their own citizenry. And that led to the situation that unfortunately led to the oppression of a lot of people. We're already here in a lot of different countries. I mean, we're here in America, but the police, the law enforcement officers, we watched previous videos out of New Zealand. These guys are cocky. Prime Minister is cocky. Stay home. Don't move. Stay in the bubble. Don't talk to anybody. Don't talk to your fucking neighbors. And if you do, we're going to come get you. That's what them and Australia are doing. Like, what the fuck makes you think that this is how human beings should be living? And these are the same people who go around acting like they care so much about everybody's health state, mental health state especially. Like, that's not a way to live, right? You're not allowing free and able-bodied people to go do their thing. The other angle I wanted to take on this, though, is that you're kidding yourself if in the event, and this is for the conservatives out there, any event that in whatever geographical area, it ain't like the NYPD has really said anything, for example, on what's happening in New York City. If you think that they wouldn't have this same attitude here, in the event in mass, I know in pockets in the South it's going to be very difficult to enforce that. If you don't think these guys would have the same approach, you're fucking kidding yourself. And I think you need to come to terms with reality right now before it's too late. This whole law enforcement, they preserve, protect, Constitution, all of this stuff that y'all throw out there. They'll put you up on the wall. If their handlers, be it politicians, legislators, tell them that that's what they should do, that's exactly what they're going to do. Or that's what they're supposed to do. That's exactly what they're going to do. And the quicker you realize that, the better off you're going to be, and the better off you're going to be able to be, in the sense that you need to prepare yourself for this situation, or more importantly, prevent it from happening. Because if it happens, like already right now, you have pockets all throughout the country, especially near the big cities, but all throughout the country, where they are mandating these things that are coming from the state, not just private businesses, right? Not that. State, right? And by the state, I mean the government. So whether it be federal, but in a lot of states, right? Local governments as well. Certain counties, start what Judge Clay Jenkins tried to do out here. And any event that's passed and considered law, you're kidding yourself if you don't think that the police officers are going to enforce it. You're kidding yourself. I know, there's been a lot of of guys that have got peeled on this, especially conservatives. They saw what happened with the last election. They saw what happened with the riots and stuff. And it really showed them these guys' true colors. They don't answer to you. They answer to these politicians. They answer to these legislators. But if you want to prevent it from happening, you got to come to terms with that. This is scary shit, right? This is, okay, Australia bragging about going to the homes of 2,300 people doing checkups and shit. Do you got unvaccinated people under them floorboards? That's happening abroad. That's what a lot of authoritarian leftists want here. And you're kidding yourself if the people, the teeth of the state, as I call them, wouldn't be lining up to enforce such a policy. You need to come to terms and come to grips with that. That's exactly what they're going to do. They've already done it, and they've showed you over the past year and some change.
You just watched a clip from our podcast, For Canon's Sake. Catch us live at 12 p.m. throughout the week over at youtube.com/YoungRipper59 and follow us over at odyssey.com/@YoungRipper59. If you want to watch the entire video cast after the show is over, just be sure to become a member on the YouTube channel. Of course, the full audio portion of the podcast is available for free on all major digital platforms, or just visit forcanonsake.com.